Okay, I think we've got Nilesh Shah joining us from Envision. Yeah, I think we have him from Mumbai. Nilesh, thanks very much for coming on. So just, you came right in queue. Markets, just explain what's going on. How's the market reading this budget?
Well, I think there's really nothing negative for the market. I think it's just that the market has rallied yesterday and was high in the morning. But otherwise, this is, I think, a budget which from a market point of view is honestly a 10 on 10 budget. Clearly, the fact that it focuses on ease of doing business and where you convert job seekers into job creators, I think this is honestly a great budget for the economy. And I think the market will take this budget in its stride.
Nilesh, just taking that point forward a little bit, there were, I think we sometimes look for specific announcements in the budget, but the overall direction in which he seems to be moving the Indian economy, both on the spending side and also on where the money will be collected from. Your sense of the direction?
Yes, I think clearly from a direction point of view, this is again positive. I think the fact that corporate tax rates have been down, that's good for corporate earnings. And I think the service tax which has been hiked, I think is something which will get absorbed. But I think more importantly is a lot of the software and the procedural issues which have got addressed through this budget in terms of improving the bankruptcy reform, in terms of introducing tribunals and settlement mechanisms for various resolution of commercial disputes, especially on the public side. I think these are pretty path-breaking initiatives which I think will go a long way. And I think most important of all is to have a framework of pre-approved criteria to lay down where you really don't need to go out for approvals, but you kind of start work based on certain predefined criteria. I think these are really path-breaking initiatives which this budget has introduced, which I think again is really good in terms of ease of doing business.
The steps to kickstart the economy and kickstart growth and infrastructure and investment, do those meet with, do you think enough has been done on that front? Lots of additional spending in capex and things like that?
Yes, I think so. I think the fact is that the allocations have got increased. That's positive. Of course, obviously, what would have been better would to kind of really outline that these are some of the infrastructure projects which are going to get kick-started by the government itself rather than wait for the private sector. I think that would have been a fantastic initiative. Obviously, this is not a permanent solution. There have been enough done in this budget to kind of perk up sentiment on the private side, but I think that will take some time to get converted from sentiment to action. But I think it would have been fantastic if this budget would have outlined 3 to 4 or maybe 5 key infrastructure projects which the government itself will start at this stage and virtually incubate them, start the execution, and maybe later on get private investment provided there is interest in them. But I think that would have been a fantastic way to kickstart and expedite the investment cycle.